One of the benefits of the racking carrier on this fryer is that you could rack all the product, all your chicken, on the racks, and you could cook on the racks, and when you're done cooking you could also put this on a sheet pan again and bring it into a holding cabinet. As you can see, 2 racks will fit on a standard size sheet pan, and when you bring the sheet pan over, what you can do is just slide it underneath the tab that's on the front of the fryer, and that will hold it in place. It gives you a nice countertop shelf to work with to load the racks into the carrier. As you can see, I've already put 2 racks in the carrier, and what you want to remember when you're loading the racks into the carrier is to load from the bottom up. So I'm going to go ahead and use this handle to load the other 2 racks. You don't necessarily have to use the handle to load the racks in the fryer. It's really meant for taking them out when the racks are hot, but in this case I'll go ahead and use it. And you could use 2 hands on this handle so that it's easier to lift the rack when you're putting it into the carrier. And you just go ahead and slide it in, and you'll feel it lock in the back there. Put the other one in. Okay, and now what you want to make sure you do is we have an extra spot over that last rack of chicken, and you put a cover rack in, and this will keep the chicken from floating out when you're cooking. So we just cooked a load of chicken, and now we're going to unload the racks onto a sheet pan. The thing to remember when you're unloading is to always unload from the top down so you don't tear the chicken. First you want to take off the cover rack. Good place to put it is right up here on top. Now when you're taking these racks out, what you want to do is you want to put a little bit of downward force, downward pressure on the handle, and this tips the back of the rack up, which unlocks the rack from the carrier. Otherwise, if you pull straight back, it's locked in, but if you put just a little bit of downward force, it'll come right out. And it happens pretty quick. It doesn't really raise up this much as you're pulling it out, so you probably won't see it. And that's how you unload the carrier.